Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the New York Giants. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Watch the screen. Undercrush. You go up, Parker. Hey, Alpha.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, I-7. Go!
Now Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Etienne. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
It looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal, and they sent that play backwards.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. First down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. Barkley a 1st down and more. And all the way up to the 46. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley. And another 1st and 10 here. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Flushed out right. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach. And let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
Now Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. A handoff for Etienne. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys will set a shot at midfield at the 50-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain. And this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Jags, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's got this down to the 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. Buying time to his left. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a
That's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. It's a big play for the Jaguars. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Fights him off. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is up to 8. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 8. Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know,
and the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off near the 32. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
On play action, Lawrence.
And Shark calls it in. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
They go play action with Lawrence. Right side, it's Manhurts, the tight end.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
The defense going to blanket the field. 6 now in the secondary here for 3rd and 15. Lawrence.
And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10.
Here's a give to Barkley. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
47 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, and have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with Etienne. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Yeah, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
2 things to watch. First, his strength in being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Giants are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Jones throwing for it. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it?
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, 96 is coming. Hey, exit. Mike 96, Mike 96. I'm coming up to you. I'm coming up to you. Yeah.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Going for the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes this a 9-point game. And Lambo now
after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you...
They've got his man complete.
Oh, boy, you ain't got no feet.
Touchdown, Giants. Kenny Galladay, 77 yards. And the Giants get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Gano now to add the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Going up top. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second. And I believe they've buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 2nd down, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Lawrence to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
At the Giants' 16-yard line.
From the 16, Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Jags would extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Fielded just outside the goal line. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? They go play action here on 1st. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And that will be incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw taken in by Chark. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Play action. It's Lawrence. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards the pickup there. Three yards remain for 2nd down. A give running right, Etienne. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll go again with Etienne. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big play.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation that their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it. And that's what you don't want to do.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. Off the play fake. Jones. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Jones. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Here's a give to Etienne. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Another tote for Etienne. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 70 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On first down, right back to ETN. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lawrence. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Something we haven't really seen much of from him. An incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
On 3rd down, here's ETN. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Josh Lambo on for the field goal.
The kick by Lambo is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Jacksonville. 2nd and 20. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Now the throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. He'll get this one to Galladay. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they're still looking at 4th down now.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right,
that's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. It's a big play for the Jaguars. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
They'll try the left side with Etienne.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
A give to Etienne running right.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
77 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Etienne once more.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to beat.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
James Robinson,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Jaguars are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception.
Picked up by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Now Lawrence. Fighting. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Jones. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Ingram. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Being chased out left. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. They'll try and throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2 that keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. A handoff for Etienne. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. It's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they drop below 5.